Bro, you can't make this stuff up. Today on the Philly Talk podcast, we got to start with the NFC East. Daniel Snyder, owner of the crappy Washington Commanders, decides to sell it to Philadelphia 76er owner Joshua Harris. We definitely got to talk about that. And we also talk about Mel Gibson saying the Eagles trade back from 30 into the second round, early second round, and take running back out of Alabama, Jahmyr Gibbs. And last but not least, we talked about Devin White. There's more info that shows he wants to be an Eagle, but he also wants a lot of money.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking Sixers in the Bird Gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today, like I said, we are starting with the NFC East. Big news. Commander fans hate Daniel Snyder. Well, guess what? They might hate Joshua Harris a little bit too. We'll get into it. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, help your boy out and hit that like button. Y'all been killing it. Subscribe, ding the bell, so you know when we go live, drop videos. We will be live at 7 p.m. tonight with the Jan app. So that means a bunch of us on the screen just chopping it up, barbershop style, about our Philadelphia Eagles. Join the app. The link will be in the description to the live stream, and come through and chop it up. Let's get into it. So Ian Rappaport says sources say Commanders owner Daniel Snyder and the Sixers owner and Devils owner, Josh Harris owns the Sixers and the Devils, have now reached an agreement on sale to Harris Group for $6.05 billion. It's not exclusive and not signed, but Harris appears to have won the bidding, and a bid has been finalized. Sales expected to go I can't read today because I'm kind of just still shocked by this. Look, Joshua Harris, the Sixers owner, you know I'm a Sixers fan, and Joel Embiid has been nice, but the coaches he's hired, the rosters he's been a part of, haven't been put together right, and he's a hands-on GM. Like, he's in the Sixers business. Like, we've talked about it on my Sixers videos, and Sixers stuff haven't done much as of late, that he's too involved sometimes. Got to stay back and just let the players, the coaches, and Elton Brand and Daryl Morey do their job. Joshua Harris will be the new owner of the Washington Commanders. Daniel Snyder, one of the worst GMs. Sad to see him go as an Eagle fan because he's been screwing up the Commanders since forever, ever. 99 to be exact. That's when he bought them for like $800 million. I do got to give him props. Him selling the Commanders franchise, look at the stadium, look at the franchise, for $6.05 billion is the most sold organization in NFL history. Mind you, there's other franchises that cost more as of now, but these owners have had their team. Jerry Jones, Jeff Lurie, and other GMs have had their team forever. So the Eagles organization is worth more than $6.05 billion, but Jeff Lurie ain't selling it. He gonna give it passed down generation. That's what most GMs do. They don't sell it. But Joshua Harris, I'm just wondering if he's gonna be at the Wells Fargo Center with some binoculars like, yo, what's the Eagles doing over there at the link, so I can give whatever coach he appoints to be the Washington Commanders coach some info. If you've been to Philly, Citizens Bank, Wells Fargo, and the link, it's a triangle. They're all across the street. So we're going to have to put our shades down when we doing some stuff so the Commanders don't get a little one-up on us, some Bill Belichick Spygate stuff. But it's still crazy to know that Joshua Harris, a Philadelphia 76ers owner, is buying the Commanders. I think Magic Johnson's going to be involved too. He wasn't good when he was involved with the Lakers, which was his own sport. And Joshua Harris, the Sixers can't get out the second round. I'll be streaming Sixers, Nets, Saturday, 1 p.m. If you like basketball, if you don't like basketball, but you want to chill with Philly Mike, come through. I'll be doing a Sixers game. Go Sixers. We finally going to got the second round. Hopefully. That being said, let's get to Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is who Mel Kiper in this latest mock draft had the Eagles taken somewhere in the second round. He doesn't go into detail about where they get it. He just says the Eagles trade the 30th pick inside the second round, early in the second round, and take Jahmyr Gibbs. I like it. If we're doing that, depends on what we did with the 10th pick, right? Who do we get on the defensive side? Who was on the board at 30? Blah, 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 blah. But Jahmyr Gibbs is someone I haven't talked about much on this channel, but he's electric. On one of his 70-yard runs, he was clocked in at 22.3 miles per hour. That's long speed. He's probably one of the fastest running backs in the draft. He's been compared to Alvin Kamara. He got some jukes in his arsenal, and he's not afraid of contact as well. When he gets drafted, he's only going to be 21 years old. So talk about a young running back who's really hungry and thirsty for some NFL action is Jahmyr Gibbs. He's probably second in this draft class to Bijan Robinson, but catching the ball, he's probably a little better than Bijan Robinson. Long speed is better than Bijan Robinson. So if you really look at his game and how it could translate with the Eagles, a lot of draft analysts are saying that his style matches even more with the Eagles than Bijan Robinson. Now, again, both these guys are talented enough and have a heavy bag of tricks up their sleeve, whether it's jukes, stiff arms, running through contact, breaking tackles. They can fit any scheme, but people say for what the Eagles want to do with Jalen Hurts, having Jahmyr Gibbs as an extra pass catcher, 3-down back type player, fitting with Kenny G and Rashad Penny, he fits the mold better than Bijan. Now, I did look at some of his tape, and I will break down a video. When I do my next running back video, it won't have Bijan Robinson, but it will have Gibbs, some plays of his, some film breakdown, Zach Charbonnet. It will have Ache out of Texas A&M, Israel out of Pitts, and Tank Bigsby out of Auburn, I believe. We'll have all of them on there. I like a lot of running backs in this class. But Mel Kiper got the Eagles trading the 30th pick back early in the second and taking them to be, he compares it to us taking Miles Sanders in the second round. We'll see. Mel Kiper's never right, but he does spend a lot of time analyzing and trying to figure out best case, worst case scenarios for certain teams and certain players. So who knows if Gibbs is even there? You know, we've seen people say they're going here and they go there. People say they're going here and they go there. So Gibbs could be the second running back off in the first round, or he could fall to the second and maybe the Eagles, who possibly trade back, garner some picks for that fourth and fifth round. So we're not just sitting around like this, and we get a stud running back, continue to grow this offense. But maybe the 10th pick, whether we pick that 10, trade it back into the teens to get even more picks inside the third, fourth, fifth round, you got one of these first two picks has to be defense for sure, for sure. Both defense or one defense. No way we can go offense with two picks in a row. I don't think we can. One pick offense, one pick defense, I ain't mad. Two picks defense, I ain't mad. Two picks offense, I'm a little upset. Don't get me mad, Howie. Last but not least, we talked about Devin White on this channel. He had the little quote tweet saying, "I love the color green," and blah, blah, blah. Shout out to the Eagles. I'm showing love to the Eagles. I forgot exactly what he said. However, I see you, Devin White, says Philadelphia Eagles Central. Follow him on Twitter. When the news kind of broke about Philly and tagging and all this, look what he did on IG. This ain't no random, I just woke up and wanted to follow a bunch of Eagle players. And mind you, the order you follow people is the order they come up. Look at this. Jalen Hurts, 1K always open, Devontae Smith, Nakobe Dean, Ndamukong Suh. Back to back to back to back. He want to be an Eagle. However, tweets came out today per the same person that said he wants to get out of Tampa. The ESPN, I forgot her name, Janie Lynn, or I forgot the name. They said that Devin White next contract, which don't got to be this year, because this year he'll play under 11.7 million if you keep him on his fifth option. Now, if you look to extend him now, you can make this year's cap hit small and blah, blah, blah later, because the deal won't start until 2024. That being said, he wants 18 to 20 million. So everybody who commented on my last Devin White video and said, we can't afford him, he wants 20 mil, that's too much. I agree. 18 to 20 million with what we got going on is not doable. And if it is doable, there's one person that can do it. Two people that can be involved in it. One, Howie Roseman, cap genius, and Jalen Hurts, possibly taking a long-term contract to where we could do this, that to his contract, and it's team-friendly, and we can continue to sign people. And mind you, we have so many draft picks that if we hit our drafts well this year and next year, talking about a lot of young, cheap talent. 18 to 20 mil is what he wants. He keeps flirting with the Eagles. Would he take a little less to be an Eagle? Like I said about Miles Sanders, like I say about a lot of players, if you really, really like us, show us by the paper, right? Show us by the paper like we believe Jalen Hurts is going to do. All that being said, 18 to 20 mil, don't really see it unless bada bing, bada boom. So shout out to y'all for being right, because he did just mention that today, and I wanted to go back. Another thing that was mentioned is Patrick Queen, a young linebacker from the Baltimore Ravens, a guy who I was looking at back in the 2021 draft? Is either 2020 or 2021 draft, forgot. Out of LSU. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. He's still got 2 years left on his deal. So you get him. He's cheap this year. He's cheap next year. And then you figure out if you want to extend him, and you know Jalen Hurts' numbers and Hassan Reddick and A.J. Brown and this, that, and the third. Big play slay off the books. Patrick Queen is another name that has thrown out there. He hasn't flirted with the Eagles. There have been no real links except for the Philly Pod Liberty line, but that's not a source. He's a fan writing, it'd be nice to have him. And so shout out to the Philly Pod. But it's interesting. I did hear rumors that Ndamukong Suh wants to come back. He's a guy that if you don't draft a D tackle, say Jalen Carter's not there, Kalijah Cansey's not there, Brian Brees is not there out of Clemson, say there's no D tackle to get, you fall back and bring Ndamukong Suh back in August, and he shares snaps. Davis, Fletch, Williams, Sue, and Streets. That's pretty formidable to me. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop if you made it to the 13-minute and 5-second mark. Right, 13 minutes and drop the muscle emoji. 13 minutes and drop the muscle emoji in the chat. Help your boy out by hitting that like button. It's free, it's easy, it don't cost a thing. Subscribe, ding the bell. We still got to grow notification gang. And listen, I'll be live at 7 p.m. We're going to do lives by myself where I answer all your questions in the comment section. We just talk manos, and I don't want to say for girls. That being said, this is going to be the Barbershop Jan style live stream. But we going to do lives. Goat Talk, Battle Birds Podcast, Day Spadero next week. A lot of stuff. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.